Been quite some time since we've done one of these, hasn't it? Okay, not as much we as it is, well, me. But you get the idea. So I'm sure you noticed the new opening, new intro. So I'm gonna follow this up with like a news update sort of thing tomorrow. But let's just get on to the actual content because, well, I don't know why I need to point this out every time, but you know why. You know what it is we're getting into already because you can see the background footage and also, you clicked on the video. So we are reviewing Halo 5. Well over a month, might have even been 2 months, I don't remember, after I finished it. And, honestly, I think it gets just a little bit too much hate. Just a little bit. From a story perspective, it had some decent ideas with some really bad execution. Cortana going, batshit insane because of her rampancy. It makes sense if she hadn't fucking died in the last game. So yeah, I mean, there were already hints of her going insane, and even in the originals, sometimes she seemed like a fucking lunatic at times. So, this does kind of make sense with rampancy and everything, but then, a good 8, you literally did not meet her until the end of the game. Well, re-meet her. You know what I mean. Sorta. We don't actually see her until, like, the end of the game. Which ended on a cliffhanger, mind you, a cliffhanger that they never resolved. But that's another story. That's gonna be the infinite rant next time. But then they also tried to replace Chief as the protagonist with this loser named Locke. They proceeded to obliterate any and all lore relating to the Spartan 4s, because everyone knows Spartan 4s are tiny compared to Spartan 2s. If, like that one scene where Chief and Locke fought, if that were lore accurate, Chief would have soloed all 4 of Locke's team men. But that was a relatively evenly matched fight. It was portrayed as between Chief and Locke in a one-on-one. If that were lore accurate, Chief would have been able to not only beat Locke, but beat all 4 of the Spartan 4s of Fireteam Osiris effortlessly. So there's that. They tried to make it seem like Chief was in the wrong for like most of the game. Didn't really work because, you can't really justify anything Locke does. You can more so justify everything Chief does. Because Chief is an emotional wreck. And then at the end, Locke and Osiris has to rescue Chief from Cortana. So that was a thing that happened. There was also a whole segment where they had to reluctantly work with the guy who ran ran some random ass planet in order to chase Chief, and then of course things just got worse and worse from there. But we got to go to the Sang Helios and see the Arbiter again. So that was cool, because everyone loves the Arbiter. He got a cool new orange energy sword, so that looked really cool. He didn't get to interact with Chief aside from like seeing him in the final scene before the cliffhanger. But yeah, they made a lot of mistakes with this game. Also, everyone seems to absolutely hate the bosses with Warden Eternal. From a gameplay perspective, they were actually fine. I kind of enjoyed them, honestly. It was more so his voice and personality that was annoying. And from a gameplay perspective, I think this might actually be the best game yet. I still really like the Forerunner weapons, although they did my light rifle dirty. They nerfed it. And they made it unusable. It's garbage in this game. It was amazing in 4, but in 5 it's absolutely garbage. So, like, the suppressor was always the go-to loadout for me. The suppressor was like my go-to weapon in this game, because the suppressor in this game might actually be better than the original from 4. But the light rifle, no, they did it dirty in this game. I like how the controls in this game are closer to that of an average first-person shooter game, as opposed to the admittedly kind of wacky control setup of the... Apologies for the wacky, awkward cut there. My phone decided to be a pain in the ass, as it so frequently is. But as I was saying, the controls are more akin to those of a traditional first-person shooter game, as opposed to, like I said, the admittedly kind of goofy and controls of the previous 6 games. I forget that ODST and Reach are things sometime. But, yeah. The controls are better in this game. I liked a lot of the vehicle sections. There were a lot of... I liked the environment in this game, too. There was more variety in the environment, especially compared to both previous and later games. Because there was that one planet, I forget what the planet was called, but it was a planet that existed. And you were on there for a while, and then you went to that other planet that I also forgot the name of. And then there was a sequence at the beginning on that other planet that I also forgot the name of, where you got to kill that other Sangheili guy whose name I don't remember. And then the Forerunner ship, the place where you fought Warden Eternal from the last time, I really liked that. That was very cool visually. So, in summary, really great gameplay, atrocious story. That pretty much summarizes Halo 5. And it could have been so good, too, because, I mean, I'm one of the ones who liked 4. I really did enjoy 4. And I liked a lot of the stuff they set up with the 4. I feel like it wasn't really set up, though, in 4. It felt more like an epilogue as opposed to a start of a new saga. It felt like an epilogue to the originals. It didn't feel like it should have gone anywhere, and then they decided to make it go somewhere, and it didn't work. And now... and then they... of course, went on to Infinite, which then totally forgets that, like, almost everything that happened in the last 2 games had happened. It just is like, oh, remember how 5 had a plot? Well, let's just pretend that never happened. And now let's go back to Chief and his hologram AI girlfriend running around on a giant space ring shooting aliens. Also, I'll say it. You may hate me for it, but I'll say it. This was better than Infinite. I'm done now. Goodbye.